do you need to agree with everything we teach at the Irish Pagan School? Well, Daggy Agus Fáilte, hi, hello, and welcome. Jon O'Sullivan from the Irish Pagan School here. And ní answer, not hard to say, absolutely not. You do not have to agree with everything we teach at the Irish Pagan School. Um, the reason why I wanted to kind of take a few minutes to talk about this is because we tend to we tend to be rather polarizing in our opinions, in our perspectives, in our education, and in the content that we provide. And we're very upfront about that. We want to be very clear where we're sharing information from the academic resources, where we're pointing back to, like, the medieval manuscripts, or where we're expressing what's known as UPG, or unique personal gnosis, as in an understanding or an experience, that's unique to my own path or my own process or my own progress in exploring these things, or experiences that I have had that are unique to me. Now, we're very clear about where those lines are. And it's important to be very clear where those lines are, because we're an educational body. Like, we're not a religion. We're not like a coven. We're not a functioning group. We're not like, initiating people into any kind of spiritual practice or anything like that at all. We are an educational body, and we want to be very clear where those lines are. Um, and it's important to do that. It's important for us to be able to stand over our processes and to function as a body, both based on principles, but based on ethics as well. Laura and I joke on occasion that if we were a little bit less ethical, we'd be absolutely fucking minted. But the problem is, so many people have done that path in the past that what we are left with is the roots of their appropriated content or their misinformation, which causes so much damage. People like, okay, well, actually, no, I'm not going to mention names. I'm not going to start saying names, because it's putting energy where it doesn't need to be given. But if you've had poor experiences in regards to your education, if you have come across something that didn't sit quite right, or you may be many years down your path of spirituality and then suddenly realize, holy shit, this is appropriated bullshit, or this is colonized stuff stolen from other cultures and repackaged and reworked in order to kind of sell. um that's something that comes up quite a bit when people come through our education institute, and I'm delighted with that. I really, really am. That people take our decolonizing your spirituality or your druidry, for example, one of the classes at the Irish Pagan School, and they're like, holy fucking shit, this opened my eyes to a whole lot of information that I never knew was appropriated, or was just someone's flights of fancy, or someone, like, generating mystique around themselves so that they could create a cult of ego where people just give them energy or money or kind of kudos, um, in order to kind of just prop up their own sense of self-importance. Um, Piece of information about Laura and myself, founding members of the Irish Pagan School here: we're both introverts. I play an extrovert on YouTube or wherever you're watching or this video or hearing it. But in real life, I'm quite introverted. I'm very comfortable in my own company and more than happy to kind of just sit, read books, listen to music, play games, or paint models or whatever it is. So I'm not here to put myself in front of you for your spirituality. I'm not here to intercede for you, between you and your deities or your gods, guides, and guardians. What I am here to do is to provide information, to give guidance, to give perspective, to give kind of signposts along the pathway of, here's where our ancestors, or here's where the mythology says, or here's where, like, the academic documents speak about these aspects, or here's where, I fucked up and did it wrong in the past from my own personal experiences. And I speak about those in order to kind of help people be, yeah, get there a bit easier than I've gotten here. And that's the real kind of purpose of all of this. So, absolutely not. I don't need you to agree with me. And I have no wanting that you have to agree with me, or you have to kind of take everything, or you have to do all the classes in school. That's not on me. What I'm invested in is the process, in creating something that is makes it easier for someone like me, who doesn't have to do as much hard work as I had to kind of get along with this. Myself and Laura, both of us, like, and even Laura talks about it. The book, the first book Laura wrote, was the book that Laura fucking needed, but no one else had written it, and that was Irish Witchcraft from an Irish Witch. And since then, that has been one of our modus operandis, one of our functions, and our ethos around this is I'd really fucking love it if there was a Dagda class on this, or if there was a class on like the information about the historical cycles, or on kingship in Ireland, or it would be really great if I could just reach in, take a book off the bookshelf, and have answers to these things. But where those things don't exist, and believe us, folks, we look, we check, we do. Invariably, we decide that the value of that information to the community, to people around the world, is such that yeah, we should do it, and that's one of the driving things about it. So I'm not here to say that you have to take every class. Absolutely not. I'm here to say that you need to find your own pathway and your own stepping stones, and what we want to do is to give you the tools to do it for yourself. The guided meditation journey work that is on the Irish Pagan School isn't so that you can, have Laura specifically take you through guided practices. It's to give you the tools and the skill set to do it for yourself, to engage in your own meditation journey work, to engage in your own right relationship, building your connection with deities, building your practices, and to do that as ethically and honorably and as connected to root source as possible, which is why decolonizing stuff is important, which is why getting past the misinformation is so important. And at the end of the day, all we can do is just provide the information out there, and it is on every individual to do it for themselves. So I'm invested in the process, and that's where I have to be with it. Like, otherwise, I would be completely put upon and hurt by all of the negative comments that come at us on our platforms and where we work. Or conversely, I would be ego inflated by all of the positive comments that come as well. And so I have learned that the hard way in the past. I need to disconnect my own sense of self worth from the opinions of other people, and just go down to where I see the value of the information I'm providing, where I'm speaking from a place of truth, I'm acting from a place of honor and honesty. And if I'm invested in that process, then I can keep doing this. Now, it's nice to hear from people when they have positive experiences with the content. That's great. But I've learned to accept that, or to shift my perspective, in that I don't feel happy for me. I feel proud and happy for you. When you get to those moments, when you hit those points of aha, when those realizations click in for you, that gives me joy, and I'm delighted for that. And so, I'm want that for everyone in their own way, for themselves. I want them to have those moments for themselves, but I am not kind of saying that you have to do this to get that, or that you have to go here to do that. Because that's not going to serve everybody as much as possible, and that's really what we're here to do. We're an educational institution, so absolutely not. You don't have to agree with everything that we do and say at the Irish Pagan School, and even if you do agree with what we do and say at the Irish Pagan School, good on you. That's there for you to do, and I'm happy that you're finding your own way for yourself. So hopefully this has been an interesting video. Again, it is coming off the back of, like, disagreements and kind of commentary and all the rest of that. It happens. It's out there. It is how these things function in our world. But it gave me the opportunity and the perspective to consider my perspective on it, and to share that with you today. So again, you don't have to agree with us, and please feel free to disagree, as long as you're doing it from a place of honor, honesty, and respect. All right. So until next time, look after yourself. If you want to know more about the Irish Pagan School and the teaching that we have available, if you want to get some free teaching, you go to irishpagan.school/free. There's over a year's worth of free teaching there. Like, if you did one thing a week, invest in your own self, invest in your own growth, to do one thing a week for your spirituality or for your cultural understanding. Actually, there's irishpagan.school/roots if you want to know about, like, ancestry, if you want to explore that aspect for yourself. So we have a lot of resources available that you don't actually have to pay for at all, and all of that stuff is there to get you going in the right direction for yourself. And then when you're ready, we have a lot of deeper information available in the classes at the school, and other teachers, not just John, not just Laura. We have amazing native Irish teachers there to provide some information and perspective and education. So until next time, look after yourself. Take care. August long.